Hi guys, welcome to Rotosound TV. You're joining me, Ashen, with Ben and Matt from Max Raptor. How are you both?
Very well,
very
good. Very well.
Excited.
Do you want this back?
Yes, please. Thank you. You're currently on the UK Scuzz Throwdown Tour with your Rotosound buddies Prestamiko and also the wonderful All Us on Drugs. How's the tour gone so far?
Really well. It's been really, really good. It's nice for a TV channel to sort of solely back UK music and really push it around the UK. And this is now the final date today in London, and it's the 17th show. And you'd think after 17 days we probably had enough of each other, but no, we don't. We'd love to carry on. It's really, really good. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. We've had such good camaraderie with it all, and we all get on. And also, there's at least 2 amazing bands every night, and us. So yeah, it's been really, really enjoyable. It's very good.
Yeah.
Good. What's your favourite date you've played so far this tour?
Up to now, Birmingham was a really good start. Actually,
yeah. Glasgow was also really good as well.
Yes.
I actually really enjoyed. Oh God, I can't remember where it was. The first one where we had the crowd were really crazy. Bath was really good. Bath was really unexpected.
Oh, Derby was an absolute mailstrom.
Oh yeah.
Derby
was chaos. Derby was really cool, and it was there was a real kind of raw kind of rock and roll vibe about it as well, because like part of the PA had broken and all the rest of it, so we just got on there and just hammered it. It was really, really good. Yeah. But hopefully, I mean, I'm really looking forward to tonight as well. I think it's nice. It's a bit of an honour for it to be headlining like the final show, so that's really nice.
Have you got any stories from the tour so far? Anything funny happened?
Well, not funny, but our van broke.
Yeah, well, twice.
Twice, yeah. 2 of the boys had to be towed from Norwich back to Bath. Yeah, that was awful.
You and I took 4 hours to get from Norwich to London, which was
really
basically hell on earth.
That was really nice. Very chatty ticket inspector on the train.
Oh yeah, he was weird. Yeah.
He was weird. But nice guy. He was nice.
We've also had a bit of a tour plague as well, which has been good.
Yeah.
Pete was knocked out in Derby about an hour and a half before we were playing. He stood up and threw up everywhere.
Yeah.
And then was sat down on the toilet for quite a while as well.
Yeah.
So
and then Luke from Prestamiko, he was also he actually got bronchitis, which was nice. So we're all feeling we've all got a little bit of the lurgy going on, but I think we'll all just completely break ourselves tonight, and then whatever happens tomorrow happens.
Well, thank you for having me down and plaguing
in
me.
This lovely room where there's no ventilation whatsoever.
You're guaranteed ill now.
Yeah, no, enjoy it.
Your album is out on the 22nd of April.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about it?
It's self-titled. It's got its artwork sorted because we really worked hard to get all that stuff done. Otherwise, it wouldn't be out on the 22nd. It's got 12 songs on it, only 2 of which will have been heard before at this point.
What, live?
No, well...
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Properly released. All Romantics and Damage off the other EP.
Yeah.
And it's recorded by our good friend Mr. Jag Jago from the Ghost of 1000.
Yeah, and I think that we're incredibly proud of it. I think that it's we've had a couple of lineup changes over the years and stuff, and it's definitely a clear sort of evolution of our kind of sound and all that kind of stuff. But actually, it's nice because it's sort of a bit of a kind of a rebirth, I suppose. And it was nice, we're signing to Hassel in July, after almost a year of chatting to them as well. Then banging out the EP really quickly. As soon as that was released, we were straight back in the studio. So it's been a bit of a whirlwind, but. Really, really, really happy with it, and I can't wait to play it, really.
And any favourite songs?
Yes.
What's your favourite song?
My favourite song off the album, I really like the opener. I think we've got an opener called Keep the Peace, and it is a hell of a statement of intent. And, I think we're all pretty pleased with how all of it came out. And it's difficult to pick one, but for us to have an opening track that kind of punches itself into gear straight away. Yeah. No one can hear it yet, but I promise it's quite good.
I really like. There's one later on called Golden Age, and for some reason it's sort of I just absolutely love it. Like I can't stop listening to it actually, which is nice because we're in that phase now where we've just got it back, and so it's been mixed, it's been mastered, and now you're just listening to it and it's like, oh wow, really proud of this.
Well, that was one of the ones that was a little bit of a loss really because we barely played it together.
Yeah,
we took it in, and Jag just worked his magic on it.
Yeah,
and as with the whole thing, but it's nice that we had a couple that came back that we thought, fucking hell, that's a lot better than it could have been.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to hearing the album eventually, and so some string talk.
Let's do it.
Ben, you use a mix of the Dark Zones and also the Michael Amott Customs. Why is that?
We were going in to record, and I've been using the Dark Zones where the first, second and third strings are a little bit lighter and the bottom strings are super, super heavy. And because we down tune, we're down a semitone, and then the first and sixth string are down another tone from there. And I just wanted something that was a lot heavier because it just keeps it brighter. And we'd set out a little bit, Jag and I, to record the album with guitars that weren't particularly overdriven. So we wanted something that was nicely defined and really kind of punchy all the way through. So we went for super, super heavy strings just to keep it kind of nice and tight.
And what strings do you use, Matt?
I use swing bass, so I use the RS66 LEs. I use the heaviest gauge that's still within the four, the four string kind of. Well, before you have to buy 5 strings. But yeah, no, I really like him. I've always been a fan of steel wound strings anyway, and they have a lot of life to them, which is really nice. I always used to sort of get quite paranoid where I'd sort of be constantly having strings changed after just say 2 shows, but they last and they're really, really good and they sound really bright. And and like Ben said as well, where we because we tune down half a step and then we drop as well, so we're actually playing in C sharp. It's nice. What I've found is that I've got a 110 on the bottom, on the top, sorry, and it, even though it's such a lovely rumble, because I have a constantly overdriven sound, there's still a lot of definition in there as well, and that's sort of, I think, what we've always strived to do, which is that because there's just one guitar, that kind of thing, we need to make our sound as big as possible, so I think they sound great. Really, really, really happy.
Okay, excellent. And why is it you choose Rotosound?
Durability, as much as anything else.
Yeah.
Both of us, particularly me, I was using another string manufacturer beforehand that will remain nameless. And I was getting through, like, every couple of shows I'd have, snap strings, and they'd be dead, and they'd covered in sweat and everything else. And we really do put them through the mill. Yeah. They're covered in, crap and skin and sweat after one show. It's a nice thought, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, we really do give them a good ringing, and both of us chuck our guitars around like idiots. So it's important that we've got something that stands the test, and they do a phenomenal job. Artist liaison for us has been amazing as well.
Yeah. I think as well. I really like basically that it's such a good product also from a company sort of right here in the UK as well. Really like them. First heard them when I actually used to play drums, and we went on tour with the Stranglers, who are obviously a big Rotosound in Dorsey, and I saw they just racks and racks of them, and just listening to JJ's bass tone even on them, really, really nice, and so when we got the chance, I sort of jumped straight in there, and again, like Ben said, and what I said before, how durable they can be after 2 or 3 songs, still have that nice kind of bright tone to them. And what I like as well is that also when you put them on, it's not too bright. I know a lot of people that will change their strings 2 rehearsals before the first show because they're too bright, they're too poppy. But they're just really, really constant, really, really good.
Excellent. Who are your biggest influences?
What, individually, or just sort of generally as a band, or?
Both, really.
And specifically to bass, or just in general? Whoa.
You tell me.
Oh. I've always been, in terms of sort of bass tones and stuff, like I've always been a massive fan of the kind of boomy, kind of hollowy sound that original kind of 70s punk movement brought. And even bands like the Levelers and Stranglers and all those sort of people have this lovely big tone, and I don't go for compressors and I don't go for that kind of thing. So anything that has that lovely rumble, and then bringing it forward, Bands like sort of the first couple of Gallows albums, really, really cool. Ruben, the Ghost of the Thousands, where Jag was.
There's a lot of great bass tones on those albums.
Yeah, just absolutely phenomenal. And I think anything. I mean, I'm a big fan of kind of British music anyway. I mean, my favourite band of all time are Pantera. Yes, they're American, but in terms of sort of influences, we definitely draw from everything, like your Ruben and that kind of stuff as well, and anything that just has kind of that nice mix of aggression without being just too in your face and too voicey, if you know what I mean, too opinionated. It's kind of like we like to sort of make people think a little bit. So anything that does that for us is a great thing, I think.
Yeah, I'm along similar lines to Matt. I think the first time I remember really getting into it all properly was listening to Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
And a man that just straps on a Telecaster, dimes everything on the amp, and just plays. We don't quite do it like that. Matt and I have to think about what we do just because of us only having one of me. But yeah, I think we've gone through everything over the last, everything through the Bronx and Goes to 1,000, which is our kind of field of music, through listening to the Maccabees and Foals and various other different things that have just kind of shaped the sound that we've got now.
Yeah.
And both of us have, since I joined, kind of got used to experimenting with sounds that we play with together. And it's something that stems from listening to everything from punk through to stuff that's still clever and always constantly very well layered, but that could be anything else, really.
I think we take sort of inspiration and influence from everything around us as well. I mean, even just today I was listening to the new Jack Garrett album. Amazing, absolutely amazing. There's some bits on there and you think, wow, man, this guy's clever, really clever. And yes, it's way more poppy, of course it is, but there's thought behind it, and I really like that. I don't like run-of-the-mill kind of puppet-driven crap shit pop that is just that you never actually see the person that's written the song, and I think it's a travesty, to be honest with you. But something like that, where yes, it is pop, sure, but it's clever and it's nice. Anything along those lines, whether it be tech metal, Sick were an incredible band, and they've just come back amazing, and truly revolutionary, and the thought behind it. So I think anything that has that, I'm well up for.
And what new bands other than Jack Garrett are you sort of into, digging at the moment?
We're both big fans of the bands Prestamico and All Us on Drugs. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there for us at the moment. We were in Brighton with, we were at Brighton Electric, and recording there meant that we were dealing with a guy called Jimmy from a great band called Tiger Cub, who we are hugely into. Architects are down there at the same time, Blood Red Shoes, all of which, are fantastic bands. Maccabees are from down there as well.
I really like Bad Sign, are really, really great. Black Peaks as well, really great band. Again, really unique, like genuinely a unique band. I think they were absolutely phenomenal, really, really good. And I saw this band last night as well. We played a show in Cardiff, and it was a 2-level venue, and so we were on the in sort of the ground level, and there was a gig above us as well. And I went upstairs and caught there's a band called Vukovi, and from Scotland. I literally caught probably a minute of their last song, completely blown away. But again, that's another nice thing from tour, is that actually, bands that you probably wouldn't have heard of because they're not thrown at you, you just can find. It's really, really cool. Yeah.
I think the thing that struck me like over the last week or so is that there's been a couple of people that have been, because of this tour, talking about the state of young British rock music, blah blah blah, and there's no question about it at the moment. You've got bands like Milk Teeth and Youth Man, and the list goes on and on of bands that are doing different things. So there's a 90s revival, there's the punk stuff, there's some great metal out there at the moment as well.
Heart of a Coward for me still. 3 albums in, just blow me away every time I listen to them. They're such a good band. It's really, really good. And Shikari, for instance, they are, another for me, possibly the best example. Just 4 guys from, Watford area, I think. St Albans, aren't they, I think, and Shikari. And they just started off just touring with this crazy hybrid kind of electro-fused metal thing that they were doing, and a lot of people were like, "Wow, what the hell's this?" And then, they play Alexandra Palace to 10,000 people 2 weeks ago. That is a true. That is different. Truly different, but people get it, and that's always a really nice.
And it follows the sort of political line that we're
definitely
not about, but it's nice to have someone that's saying something that matters. I think
sure.
There's, without wishing to put too fine a point on it, there's a lot of shit around that is just relationships and all that kind of stuff, which fine, everyone identifies with, but it's never going to be where we're coming from.
I think it's crap. Sorry.
And it's important for us that there are. It's not important that there's other people doing it, but it's nice for us to see that people are taking notice of it as well as anything else.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Okay, great. And that's actually it. So thank you guys.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Rotosound.
Thanks, Rotosound.
Thanks for watching.